You are now listening to Out of the Blank.
Welcome to another episode of Out of the Blank podcast. I have a special edition here. I'm with Alex and Stella.
Hey.
They are both from
Bulgaria.
Okay, so what are your official names? Alex
Alexandra.
and Alexandra what?
Alexandra Miteva.
Miteva.
Yeah, actually, Alexandra Christova Miteva.
Okay, I'm just going to call you Alex.
Of course.
And Stella, what about you?
Stela Nikolova Trifonova.
Trifonova. Trifonova.
Yeah, something like that.
Similar.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a little
Close
while.
enough.
So, my name's Robbie, so do you think it's weird that, for example, Americans, they have a more different name structure than you guys do?
Yeah.
Do you guys see that as a little bit strange, coming from, where do you guys come from?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Well, what
Our
part of
hometown.
Bulgaria? Yeah.
Svilengrad.
It's called Svilengrad.
So, coming from there and then coming to Ocean City, and you're, first of all, just coming to America in the first place. Our names being completely different. My name's a little bit ridiculous, like Robert Robertson, okay? But your name's 20 syllables long. So it's imagine, has your teacher ever made you write down your first and last name as a punishment over and over again? You guys would be sitting there for days, just sitting there writing it over and over again.
Yeah.
So do you guys see it as that being strange?
Actually, no, because we grew up watching a lot of movies that are, American movies, and we're used to those names.
Yeah. It's not
American
that very
names.
strange because in Bulgaria people choose to name their kids some.
Yeah, it's something new.
Yeah.
They name them in American names.
Yeah, like
Really?
Casey,
Yeah.
like
Casey, yeah.
Daisy.
Do you
They're
find that?
just trying to
Josh.
be modern or something.
Yeah, like Josh. That's American
Yeah.
name, and in
I
Bulgaria
don't know why
it's
they decided to
Georgi.
do that.
So do you find it weird if someone walks around with an American name in your country?
Yeah, we do.
It's not
It's it's
seen as an outsider.
no,
No,
outsiders.
you're not that
more
kind of persons.
I don't know. They try to be modern or something.
Yeah.
They name they.
I mean, it's sharing a bit of your culture too. When you guys come over here, it really upsets me when the housekeepers or the supervisors, they give you a name like Alex or something like that, where your name's Alexandria. How hard is it?
Alexandra.
And Alexandra. See, I mispronounced it. I want you guys to correct me when I do that. I ask because I want to know your guys' real names. Manuel, I wanted to learn how to pronounce that or try and pronounce it the best as possible. Because I feel when we give you a nickname like Chris or Josh or something like that, it's kind of discriminating you or just incriminating you in a little bit
I
of a
don't
way.
see it that way
Yeah.
because Alex is what my friends call me Alex in Bulgaria. Back in Bulgaria.
Well, that's
yeah,
fine.
it's for
but,
short for Alexandra.
yeah, but for some people Anna, her name is Trejana or something like that in her country, and they call her Blondie and stuff like that, nicknames like that. That's okay, it's a little bit of a joke, but her name's not Anna. It's something completely different. And then, I notice half the time I use, a name like that. Stella, obviously you go by that, because that's kind of close to how your real name is. At least that's what you have
My
on
name is
Facebook.
pretty easy for you guys.
Yeah, so it's when that happens, you guys respond to it immediately. But when someone's given a nickname like Alex or something that's not as easy, maybe something harder like Manuel giving name Money or something like that, he's got to get used to being called Money.
Yeah.
He's not used to being called that. He's used to being calling his real name. So you call him a couple times, he's not paying attention, not answering you, and then you're like, Manuel, and then he's like, what? It's the same thing. Someone calls me Mike half the time, I'm not gonna pay attention because that's not my name.
Yeah, of course.
So I always think it's a respect thing. That's why I ask you, hey, if I get it wrong, just correct me.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, maybe she decided to call her Anna because her actual name is really difficult for you guys to pronounce.
Yeah. Well, I will take the time to learn it because it shows a sign of respect.
Yeah, but some people don't see that.
That's what I'm saying. That's lazy.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you would be a lot more respect, or you'd have a little bit more of sense of respect for me if I gave your name a proper pronunciation and actually got it the way it's supposed to be said, you'd look at it like, wow, this person actually cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just
Making
figured
an effort.
that's something that like
Yeah.
American just like we totally are completely oblivious of just like if we pronounce our own names wrong or something of somebody else's, we just completely like, oh, sorry, and like walk away. It's like, well, say it right. Like, no, my name's Rob. You don't keep calling me Robert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you guys came to America, was that like obviously it was a huge change. I mean, tell me a little bit about your country.
Well, Bulgaria.
I love Bulgaria.
Yeah, it's a very small country
Yeah.
on the Balkans. You know, the Balkans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really small. We're next to Romania, Serbia,
Greece,
Turkey. Yeah, we're like in the middle. And we have a sea, Black Sea.
Is it black?
Black Sea.
No.
It's just the name. And it's really different there.
We have all 4 seasons. We have spring, summer, fall, winter,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful.
What's the weather like most of the time?
Hot or freaking cold.
Well, the winters.
It's like the shower. There's not a middle. There's just hot and super cold.
The winter is like really cold. And the summer is like really hot.
Like unbearably hot.
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you find it like you have more culture down there a little bit? Like when you come here, you don't see too much culture, do you? You see more a lot of like.
You see, our Bulgaria is the most, is the oldest country on the Balkans. You know,
We have a lot of history. A lot of history.
Is
what?
originated in the year 681. The year.
681.
Yeah.
So
That's where
AD
our
or BC?
country has
AD?
been like originated.
So 681 AD, which is after death. So after the supposed Jesus.
Yeah.
It's really old.
That is pretty old.
Yeah, it is.
It's older than America.
a
By
lot
older than America.
You're so young.
Yeah.
All right, so like let's say what's your main, I guess, cultural thing? Like do you guys have traditions down there? Like obviously
We
you guys have Christmas.
A lot of traditions.
Yeah, Christmas, Easter. We have. What else?
Well, we have this thing like Sireni Zagovezni is like when you ask for forgiveness, the oldest one. When like I go to my grandma and I was like, please forgive me for the things that I have done to you. And
Like confessing your sins in a way.
Yeah, something
Asking
like
for
that.
forgiveness.
Yeah.
Just.
A lot of people do that here. We go to churches and stuff and talk to a priest or something and say, please God forgive us
but
for
this
We
is
don't do
like
that.
a
Exactly.
special
This is
day.
more with your family. Oh, this is
Yeah.
a special day you do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So you don't just do it every single day.
No, it's a
No.
special day. Yeah. What else?
For example, you have Halloween.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have
We don't have
we
Halloween.
dress.
What? You don't get candy?
No.
I mean, Halloween is American celebration, you know.
Do you have anything that you get to go around getting candy?
No.
See, we don't have
We-
Halloween, but we actually celebrate it, which is really
What?
strange. Yeah.
How does that make any sense? You celebrate Halloween, but you don't
Yeah.
have Halloween.
Yeah.
So on October 31st, what do you guys do?
Well,
Normal Halloween stuff? Just get hammered and...
not everybody. Actually, not everybody celebrates it. You know, some people, like old people, they don't believe in this.
Yeah, because we have
Halloween.
kukeri. It's like we dressed really
I'm gonna
scary.
show you a
It's
picture.
very beautiful. It's very beautiful.
A lot
and we
like,
go on the streets and
Oh.
make noises. Yeah, so
Day of the Dead type stuff, like in Mexican culture, they have the parades with where they
but
honor their
more-
ancestors.
More like
That's
cultural, you know,
cultural.
like
That's what...
old, like I don't know. It's very beautiful. We go on the streets. We get rid of the bad vibes and all kind of that stuff.
Yeah,
It-
they're like
it's
banning the negative energy.
yeah.
That's what they
creating
do.
more of a positive
yeah, we will
vibe.
show you. It's very beautiful. What else?
Where did you guys wait? First of all, I want to know this. Where did you guys first meet? When did you guys first meet? And first of all, how did you become best friends? You practically wear the same you guys wear the same style of hair right now, at least ponytail kind of. Yours is just up and down.
We make one person.
But I feel like you guys try and twin it out a little bit, right? You guys try and be twins.
We are not trying.
You're not trying to be twins.
No, it just comes naturally.
Well, our mothers were besties from high school.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah.
Then.
So you were born into this friendship.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been together since babies. Like.
Did you guys go to school together?
Converse.
Same classes, all that? No.
No.
You guys
We
went-
were in the same kindergarten,
Yeah.
and then we started our first grade in different schools.
Yeah, the same city but different schools because, well, mine was close to my house. Hers was close to.
In
her
different
house.
schools until 7th grade.
Yeah.
And how is it? How is that called? Like primary school?
Middle
or
school?
Middle school?
Yeah.
Till 7th grade.
Till 7th grade. Before 7th grade is elementary school. And then once you hit 7th and 8th grade, it's middle school. And then once you hit high school, it's 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay, so primary school, we were in the same town but different schools. And then after 7th grade, I actually went to study in a different city. The third largest city, Plovdiv. It's called Plovdiv. Yeah. I started there 8th grade. I was in a language school. It's where I studied English, actually.
Do you find that was a major benefit to you, learning English?
Yeah.
Is that more commonly taught back then? Like in your country, do you think that was more like the children there are more educated to learn another language? Just because a lot of the time you guys end up coming over here to America to experience everything over here.
Well, not just America. I mean, English is like everywhere. Everybody speaks English. You have
Exactly.
to know it.
It's a universal language.
Yeah. You have
But see,
to know
that's not for us though. For America, we are born into English. But the fact is, we never want to go out and explore anywhere. Nobody ever wants to really leave the country. Everyone's fine, sometimes content here. So they don't have to teach another language. So we don't have to learn Spanish if we don't want to. It is a thing in school you're supposed to learn Spanish. Nobody ever pays attention enough to where they actually learn it. And then French, you get one of those things. Like that's taught in a couple things. But then you can end off going into like, for me to skip French and Spanish, I took a trade job, which is like HVAC, which is dealing with air conditioners. Yeah. So being able to fix those. I didn't take Spanish for 4 years. Like, I didn't have to. I didn't have to do any of that. I wish I took it now, considering the job field I work, where half the housekeeping is Hispanic, and I can't understand a word they're saying. But it's a major benefit that they taught you at such a young age to learn a second language.
We started actually
on kindergarten.
2nd grade. We started English 2nd grade.
They give us, we have
like, you know,
English.
the alphabet, like little words.
Yeah, we have English in kindergarten. So it's like that. Today we're gonna learn about orange, and they gives us a pictures of stuffs, animals, fruits, vegetables, with the color.
Can you say vegetables again?
Vegetables.
I like your accent.
So we color it in orange, and today we learn about orange, and it's pretty cool. We have to learn more languages because I feel very insecure when I go to some different country and they speak their own language, and I was like speaking to them in English and they were like, no, I don't understand you. And I was like, okay, you respond to me in English, why don't you talk in English?
Exactly.
For example, in Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey. It's,
okay.
They know
next to us.
English, but they will not.
They
speak
don't
to you
want
in
to.
English.
They want you to know their language. It's like.
Yeah, well, if you're going to someone else's culture and you're staying there for a long amount of time, like a couple of months, if you're not at least knowing how to talk, what was the first thing I did when you guys showed up to our hotel after introducing myself? What is the first thing I made you guys do and hand to me at the end of the day?
Yeah.
I wrote,
Bulgarian.
write down
Words.
Bulgarian words for me to learn. I want the Bulgarian written on the right and its English translation on the left, so I know what I'm going to be saying. And of course, some people taught me the dirty words. Thank you, Alex, for teaching me the correct ones to have a conversation with somebody.
You're welcome.
And then like it was cool because then I felt like I'm joining into your little group a little bit.
Yeah.
I like in my own way at work, I don't feel like I am in a group. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of by myself, which I am, which I'm fine with. It's just the factor of who's the type of people I work with at the hotel. But when you guys come in, I want to experience and I want to know everything about it. The first thing I also asked for what? Some money from your guys' country, just because I like to collect it.
Oh, actually, I think I have like a coin. Did they give you a coin?
I got a bill.
Wait.
I'll give you a coin.
But I literally, I'll show you the ones I got too. Like I have, you ever seen an American $2 bill?
No.
Stuff's fascinating. Like it's amazing. It's like these are the things in our own country that I don't even know about, and I think it's amazing to have. I don't look at our coins as really significant just because I see it all the time. Same thing with you guys. You probably don't care too much about those coins because you know you see it all the time. But it's culture. It's a whole other thing. And you got the American poop emoji pillow. Nice one.
Yeah. We're 4 besties and we have all
I can't
that.
find it.
It's don't you think that's awesome? Like when you guys come here, you are experiencing a whole different culture, and doesn't that just blow your mind? Like you want to try everything, like everything. You're like, let me get a piece of that, let me get a piece of that, let me get a piece of that. I want to try that, I want to try that. It's like you want to literally take in the whole country in only a short couple months that you guys are here.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's like you wish you can stay longer once the end comes, or sometimes you feel like you get homesick?
No.
Well, it's our first time here, so we don't know what it's gonna be like in the end.
That's your first time coming into America?
Yeah, it is. It is. We don't know if in the end we'll want to stay or we'll be like, oh my god, I can't wait to go home. I don't know.
Obviously, you're gonna miss your family and stuff like that.
Course.
But do you think that you would love to live here, like in this country? Because I mean, I've heard a lot from different students and everything explain how they don't like how a lot of us act down here. Where you say Americans have been very nice to you, that might just because you guys are female, but like dealing with Alex and like other type of Romanian guys and other type of Bulgarian guys, they find that they're not very accepted by a lot of the people around here on the streets. Really? And it is American kind of thing to do, where we do like to seem like we have a nice side. We are kind of two-faced. Not all of us, but like we all, I mean, everybody suffers from being two-faced sometimes. But it seems like America, we're more likely displaying oh, it's nice to meet you, let me help you out. And then when the time actually comes, we're more willing to not answer you back or let that slip through your fingers. That's the main reason why when I was setting up this podcast to do, I kept messaging you guys, bugging you guys about it. Are we still on for this? Are we still on for this? Because so many people will just bail out of it. It's like it doesn't take much, but it's the same time as like, you gotta have
a promise.
Yeah, you gotta have a commitment to it.
Yeah.
You guys promised me you'd be here, and you guys are here. And like I said, I didn't mind coming to pick you guys up. I understand you're in a new country. You're not gonna bring your car over, so it's like I'm more than happy to pick you guys up. I just want to talk to you. That's payment enough. I want to hear your guys' stories. You guys are best friends that were that basically from before birth because of your parents.
Yeah.
So it's
we're friends from our mother's bellies.
do you find that like is that common in Bulgaria, like people being friends from before like they actually even meet, like their parents just kind of destining them to be friends?
Well, maybe in some cases that happens.
Because that's rare here.
Like maybe 2 friends and they're like get pregnant at the same time. Of course, their children will be friends too. I mean.
Yeah, but not happen.
You guys have such a strong bond though. Has that ever faded in a way? Like
yeah,
maybe when
actually
you guys
it
went
did.
to
When
school?
I went to the other town to study, like in Plovdiv,
We don't get along.
we didn't get along. I mean, we weren't that close actually. Not that we didn't get along. Or
You just felt like you were out of connection of each other's lives.
yeah, and then like I was there 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. We like connected again.
Yeah, like 9 or 10.
Maybe 9th grade. We connected again. We were like getting so much more close and close.
And now we make one brain, one person.
Yeah.
I just see her and I know what she's gonna say.
Or what she thinks.
Yeah.
You guys hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where-
actually, now we study, in a university in Sofia. It's the capital of Bulgaria, Sofia. And we live together in a dorm room. Is it
Yeah.
how it's called? Dorm room,
Yeah.
yeah. In one room, we live together.
Yeah, but the
We're
first
always together.
first 2 years, I live with another girls. I changed like 4 girls for 2 years,
Yeah.
and now the third and the fourth year we're living together. But
Yeah.
I was in her room all the time because I don't like my roommates.
And now we came here in America together. Our first job is together. Yesterday we found a second job.
Yeah,
It's
and
together
we're
again.
together.
Where'd you guys find a second job?
Caruso
Caruso?
pizza.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
guys work at a pizza place.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
luck. It's free food.
Yeah,
job.
and there's a lot of Bulgarians there too.
Yeah, that's why. So tell me about some of the food in Bulgaria. Like, what is your favorite thing? And then tell me about how different it is to America. Because I basically said, hey, how do you compare American food to Bulgarian food? You're like, American food is shit, and Bulgarian food is good. And I was like, what does that mean?
Delicious.
Okay,
It's
explain
The
that
first
to me,
thing that
because I don't
comes
know
to
what
my
that
mind,
is.
the first thing that comes to my mind is banica.
What is banitsa?
Okay, so, I don't know how these are called, like kuri. I don't know how it's called, but it's like
Google it.
What is it? Fish, meat?
no,
No,
it's
it's-
bread. No,
Yeah, something like,
like
that.
baked.
Like a baked good?
Like yeah. And there's this. She'll find it.
Yeah.
And then the mixture is like from eggs and
Milk,
cheese, milk, and then you put it
It's
on.
like
So-
a cake. Like a cake.
No, see what it is.
Oh, it's a pie.
No, it's not a
Not
pie.
actually.
It's salty. It has
Yeah.
What?
It's very good. My grandma make the best banitsa in the world.
This is literally like a stuffed casserole. It's like a lasagna type thing.
No.
No, it's not pasta. No, it's not pasta.
No.
Kuri, I don't know how to say this. Kuri. They're rolled. You know, you put the mixture
Mm-hmm.
on one of these, like, oh my god, please find it, how it's called. Oh, dough.
Dough, yeah.
Dough, but it's like really thin.
Okay.
Really thin.
Yeah.
And then
And
you,
you can make it
spread
crispy.
the mixture on this dough, and then you roll it, and you put it in a pan.
Like
Yeah,
a calzone?
so, no. I spoke to our chef at the hotel, and he's gonna make banitsa for us.
Oh, that sounds
So-
good. Dennis?
So you
Yeah.
have
He's
to
a good
taste
guy.
it. You'll like
Yeah.
it. It's awesome.
I've been trying to get Dennis on my podcast. You should talk to him about it. Say he had fun on it. Get him on here. He's
And
like, I'm
then-
too old. I got too much stuff to say. I was like, exactly.
Yeah.
And the next thing, moussaka.
Moussaka?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's potatoes
Explain.
and potatoes
show it.
and meat. And on the top,
Potatoes are big in Bulgaria.
Yeah, we have a lot of dishes with potatoes.
Are they?
and they actually taste like potatoes.
Are they?
because here,
Is the economy good there? It seems like a lot of them are like farmers.
well,
Not that good.
It seems like it's poor.
Bulgaria is pretty messy. You know, it's
See,
corruption
it looks like
everywhere.
lasagna,
Yes, it does.
but it's like
Yeah.
potatoes, like chopped in really small pieces, and then meat, like minced meat.
Making me hungry.
Minced meat, and then you put some carrots, and you put that in a pan. What is it called?
A pan?
Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you put some on top, like mixed eggs and cheese.
Milk.
and-
How long did you study English?
From second grade, like
You're very, very fluent in speaking.
Um.
Alex.
Well,
Stella's good too, but-
I studied it like really hard from
Yeah.
8th grade. I told you I was in a language school, and my first language was English.
So was
8th
that?
grade, I studied English only. I was like,
me
we
too.
had like 8 hours of English.
So what do you guys do back in your country? Like, what do you guys do, like, for a living?
Oh, we're not working. I mean,
You don't
we're
work, you
studying
just go
right
to
now.
school?
Yeah, she works like
Yeah.
part-time.
Second year I was working. The whole year was working in some jewelry store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a 12 hours shift. 2 days I'm working, 2 days off. 2 days working, 2 days off. And the third year I was working in some store like 24/7. It was hard. I have school near to my store, so
Yeah, me working 2 jobs and also having school is a little bit tough. It's probably why I don't sleep.
yeah.
But, like, trying to do podcasts, too, like, it's my free time is just going straight to this. And it's like, I find it fun, though, because you guys have experiences, like I was saying, stories. Like, you're going to tell me the book of Alex and Stella, and that book's going to keep expanding. I want to podcast with you guys again before you leave, too, and get your experience on America and everything. Now, what's your guys' passion? Like, what are your interests? Like, do you guys have similar interests? Is part of the reason why you guys hang out a lot, too?
No.
We're actually very different.
Personality-wise, you guys are completely different. She's more clean and, like, seems like she would have a clean home. You seem like a lot like how my cousin is, where a bit of a slob a little bit of a way.
Yeah, in our dorm room, she's like,
Once
oh
the
my god,
door-
she's
once
like
the-
all over the
You
place.
can tell which part is Alex, which part is mine.
When the sink is full of dishes and there's no other dishes to use,
Guess
then you
who-
decide to wash a dish, right?
Guess who's washing the dishes?
Alex.
Of course.
Come on.
Come on.
No. We're very different actually. We have different
We
interests.
have different tastes in music.
Yeah.
She likes like rap,
Rap music.
rap,
R&B.
Because
What
of
do you
my
I actually
brother.
like R&B too, but she's like into rap a lot. She's like,
Yeah,
you know,
because of my brother.
the Tyga, Tupac.
I don't
all
listen to
these-
any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not that into it. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
But I'm not that into it. Like.
What are you
some-
into then?
Well, I don't know. Like it's
She
not
like
specific.
every kind of music.
Yeah, I like.
That's
I
how
like
I am
pop.
too.
I like pop. I like hip hop. I like
You like Bob?
pop music.
Pop music. Okay.
Yeah,
I said
hip-hop.
Bob. I was like Bob Marley.
Hip.
Yay.
I like hip hop. I listen. Oh my god! In my early years, I listened to rock.
Yeah.
I love
we listen
Aerosmith. Oh my god, I love Aerosmith.
to- Yeah,
You know the
we
group?
Aerosmith?
Yeah.
listen-
Aerosmith.
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 Yeah, I love them.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Okay.
That's funny because, you know, it's in my car. My CD player right now is an Aerosmith CD.
I love their songs.
What
Oh
song?
my
What's your
Because of
favorite?
our parents.
Oh, they like the rock scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know about Aerosmith?
Of course.
In Bulgaria? What?
Of course.
Of course.
In Bulgaria, they know about
We're
Aerosmith?
very
Yeah,
educated.
Metallica,
What?
Aerosmith.
What else?
Guns
AC/DC?
N' Roses.
Of course.
Oh my
AC/DC.
god! Avenged
Yeah.
Sevenfold?
They grew up in those
Sevenfold?
times.
Avenged Sevenfold?
No, I haven't heard. Of
So-
that.
You lost us here.
I bet I can name. So you said ACDC.
I mean,
Aerosmith.
it's not the things that we listen to. I mean, our parents.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Metallica.
Mhm.
Queen?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you call it? You said Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, that's the song they grew up with.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
I like your
that.
parents. I like your parents. They're good people.
In my house, we turn the TV on only for music. My mom listens music all the time.
Yeah, she's like dancing.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy. Well, my brother, we live in an apartment. Then we moved to a house, so I have to sleep with my brother. And he was like, on the computer till a.m. in the morning, and I listened to his music because the headphones back then were not as
Yeah.
good as. So I don't know. I grew up with that kind of music.
You had a big influence of it.
Yeah.
I think of music like I don't have a set style that I think is good or bad. I like all types of music, but I have definitely one I prefer more than another.
Yeah.
Mostly like reggae music. I like kind of having like a chill vibe.
Yeah.
But I like listening to like stories and finding out like information. Like listening to podcasts. I always kind of listen to this one show called the Joe Rogan Show where he has these people on and they just give their life stories and stuff. I find myself listening to that more on YouTube than I do or listening to the radio. I just tend not to listen to music anymore. But
This is how you got into it, right?
yeah, well, so the story goes, I've been working out every day and have not missed a single day for almost 7 years now. And
Wow.
every day I was listening to this podcast, and they last about 3 hours long. I'm usually at the gym an hour and a half to 2 hours or 3 hours long, depending on how hard I want to work out that day, or if I fast or something before. And I'm sitting there like listening to it, and then just last year, around like November time, I was like, why am I not doing this? Like, you know how fun it would be just to have people come over and like just hear everybody's experiences?
Yeah.
And it's like, it would be interesting because like, just how like you guys look at me now and you're smiling, it's like, you get to see my face light up when you guys are telling me all this interesting stuff about your lives. And I asked you before, and what was the answer you guys gave me about the podcast? You said, we're not that interesting. Our lives are boring. No, you're not. You're literally guys, like, you guys already have told me an amazing story that's going to make a really good podcast. And I still have a couple more questions for sure. Like, I want to know especially, what are your thoughts on a podcast? Like, coming over here, obviously I was like, I'm not going to kidnap you. I'm just going to take you to my house, you know? That was obviously popped in your head at one point. Come on. Be honest. No, really?
We're not that
I don't
kind.
strike that.
We're so outgoing.
No.
I don't strike that serial killer type vibe.
No, you don't.
Little did they know. No. It's just, I want to make it feel comfortable because you guys are literally taking a giant step coming to America. Like, you guys are taking, I mean,
I love adventures.
you have to be adventurous to do something like you guys have done.
We have to do it. We have to do this first year of university. But you know, first year of university,
Yeah, it was our
no
third
city,
year
no
in
people.
university, and then we decided to come. We were thinking about it like last year, but it was like really difficult in the
Oh, very
university, and we just put it off for this year.
Yeah.
Find out it was to wait a little bit longer and see what your thoughts would be on it, or just trying to get everything a hold back home.
Yeah, trying. Yeah. Well, we decided it very quickly this year.
Just-
Like,
So you're required.
we're going.
Your first,
We're going. We're doing this.
Yeah.
No matter
Why
how
not?
much money we have
All
to
right.
do.
So explain to me the whole, I guess, saving up for the trip, and then also coming to America, like the plane ride, that whole airport experience, and then coming to America. What was it finally like after you got off that horrible plane ride?
This was actually my first time that I was on a plane.
Are you serious? And you
Yeah.
came to a whole nother country for
Yeah.
it? You're nuts.
It was.
hours flight.
I've
It's
been.
actually a lot of money. We had to give a lot of money to come here.
Yeah.
Did school
like-
not help you out at all?
No, not at all.
No.
A lot of money. It's like 250.
No.
No, 2,000. Sorry.
Yeah, about to say
2,000.
250 is not much.
2,000.
2,000 or
And
3,000,
500,
somewhere in the middle.
something like that.
dollars.
Jeez.
Yeah, we have to give like most of it to the agency,
Yeah.
and like the rest for plane tickets, documents, all these things.
Were you
Yeah.
excited coming over with all that group of people that you guys came over with? Because you guys live with those kids, right? Some of the group that came with you?
No.
Actually, it was just the two of us
Yeah.
that we knew on the plane
Yeah.
that comes here. Yeah, and then our friend came later, and then we met the girls. We didn't know them before that. The girls that we live here
Yeah.
with, we didn't know them.
What type of culture were you experiencing, like, from different cultures on those planes? Like, did you have people from Netherlands on there? Did you have people from Bosnia? All these different types of places? Or were they all Bulgarian
Actually,
students?
I didn't pay that much attention.
Are you
actually.
kidding me, Alex?
Me too.
I
Me
was
too.
like really
I was
stressed.
just
It was
very
my
tired.
first flight.
I
didn't
know, but I'd
pay
be
attention
asking
to the
everybody, where are you
people.
from? Where are you from? Want a podcast? Want a podcast? That'd be me on the plane. Want a podcast?
No, I didn't pay that much attention.
No, I was very
I was
tired.
really
I just
excited and
wanted to
stressed for
sleep.
my first flight. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God, I don't know what to
That's
expect.
the airport.
That's
I
understandable.
don't know. Is it gonna be like nauseous, like turbulent, that
Your ears
stuff?
pop?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's so.
That's why you chew gum when you're on an airplane?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, pops.
We
your
had a
eardrums,
pill like for nausea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
Thank God.
a lot of times you don't get super nauseous on an airplane. Actually, it's just
I didn't.
I like when
But-
I'm on an airplane, I get super scared because I don't like the takeoff. But then once we're up in the air and flying around, I don't care if you open up the blinder on the window. I don't care. We can look out the
Yeah.
window and enjoy that because it's beautiful up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bad moment is like the beginning and the end.
Oh,
The landing is
oh.
awful. Oh my god! Here in Washington, the landing was awful, awful.
Just because turbulence or pressure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pressure
And
and
the
turbulence,
pressure,
or
yeah.
my ears were hurting. Oh my god!
But once you finally landed and got off that airplane and you're waiting and you're finally here in America, were you super excited or were you just ready to get home and take a nap?
I don't know.
Because
I
you
think
still
a
had
little bit
so
of
much
both.
stuff you guys had to do.
Yeah, we did. We were actually
wanted to
really
take a nap
tired.
and
Yeah,
shower.
we were actually really tired because we arrived in Washington at 6 p.m. or
Yeah,
something.
6
Then we
p.m.
waited for 1 hour for the
Even
transportation.
more.
Yeah, and then
We were
we
at
traveled
Ocean
for
City,
3
like
hours
two
here.
to
No, it was 12 p.m. No,
Yeah.
12 a.m.
12 a.m.?
Yeah, noon.
Yeah.
it was awful.
Yeah, and we just got a shower and just we were dead.
What was the first thing you guys did here? Did you sightsee or did you immediately start looking for a job?
The first thing, actually, we
We
went
have
to
to
the
do some-
agency to do our arrival
documents.
check-in, some documents, sign up for a social security card.
Yeah.
We got a card for the phone, like we got new numbers,
Yeah.
American numbers. And then we went on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was like oh my
Did some
God.
sightseeing.
We couldn't
obviously.
believe. Oh my God, we're here.
Yeah, we're finally here.
I bet
was
you
like,
were
oh my
blowing up your
God.
Instagram and Facebook, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, oh my God, is this real?
Why is it that all of your guys' Facebook photos look like supermodels or like porn stars or athletes?
Come on. it's
Nah, don't say
not.
come on. You know, I saw your lock paper screen. Don't give me that.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's not me.
Oh, it looked like you. I was like,
It's just a
looking at glimpse
picture.
of it.
No,
Yeah,
it's not me.
Your Facebook pictures, you're all partying and stuff, and you guys got all your makeup on and
We
stuff.
live
and I'm
our
like,
lives.
yes, but it's like
We
you guys
actually
look
like
completely
makeup
different.
so much,
than
Yeah.
but we don't wear it that much here. We don't have the time.
You don't need to. You guys are perfectly fine without makeup.
Why is everybody accepting makeup like that?
Yeah.
I like makeup. I like makeup. I don't mind if a girl wears
Yeah, it's
makeup.
just
I don't
so-
mind if a girl likes that she wears makeup. But I feel like in our country, it's obviously expressed that you have to look a certain type of way. You have to be a size 0. You have to be all
Yeah.
this type of stuff. And it makes...
I get it.
It creates a lot of disorders. And me going
Yeah.
and studying in psychology and all these types of chemical disorders and addictions that people go through, a lot with mental health is anorexia, bulimia, all these types of things where girls... It's common with girls... And it's because they're set to look like this, the billboard picture with the 6-pack abs and all that. It's You're aspiring to look like something that's not even really obtainable without drugs. So
Yeah. Well,
it's
it depends
ridiculous.
on the person. I mean, you have to be. You don't have to be dependent on that stuff. Like
You guys
I mean,
care about
for
looks
me,
that much
like-
in Bulgaria?
they
Well,
do, yeah.
yeah.
Actually, they do.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, back then, you just guys, for example, they don't like the curvy girls,
Yeah.
and
That's
here
the
I
opposite
find
here.
it.
It's
I find it-
I found it very strange here. That because in Bulgaria you have to be skinny, you have to be with the blonde hair, with makeup, and that kind of shit. And here, it's the opposite. So nowadays, every boy likes,
Curvy
curves.
girls.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the Kardashians. And
Oh
so,
my
yeah.
God.
It's very strange.
No, I
can
like
accept
makeup
that.
to the point where you just
You feel
you have
pretty.
to be you feel pretty, but you know you don't have to be a different person.
Yeah.
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 You ever seen those girls that put on so much makeup they look like they're wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too much.
That's too much.
That's like 10 pounds of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta return
Yeah,
all
it
that
is.
back to the store. See, like,
We're not like that.
when it comes to like the way I picture Bulgaria, first of all, I picture like these people dressed up in like animal skin clothing out in the cold, and like everything kind of seems like poor a little bit. Like the culture, like the buildings kind of seem like poor, the streets kind of are poor. Is that kind of how it is, or am I just completely wrong?
Well, the economy is not that good. I mean, we said that.
Well,
like you guys eat soup a lot too,
developed.
don't you? Soup and potatoes.
Yeah.
That's because
we have amazing
nice.
food. We have amazing.
It's
food.
nice for you guys because you're used to it, but Americans going over there were like, why are you feeding us this poor people's meal?
Yeah, well, in Bulgaria, everything is like corruption.
What?
Yeah. So, for example, when I got my first check, I pictured it to my mom, and she was like, "Come on, I get that for 1 month's salary."
Oh, yeah. Here we get like, for a week, we got $330.
Yeah, and
For a week.
that's my mom's salary
How much
for
you
a
guys
month.
get paid hourly?
10 and 10?
So wait a minute, you guys save all your money and then go over? Or do you guys spend like enough to survive here? Like I know some people that come from Romania and Bulgaria, they buy pants and buy clothing here and then they sell it back there for a hell of a lot more than they bought it here.
Yeah, some people do
Yeah,
that.
some people do
So
that.
is the
but-
culture, is that economy that bad over there that our stuff
Yeah,
is worth
they
way
do
more?
that. They,
So when I was going to give $20 to that girl for a $5 Romanian bill, that was way wrong. Yeah, you're smiling like I almost got played. It almost happened too.
they go buy clothes from, for example, Turkey.
Yeah, because it's
cheaper,
cheap there. Yeah,
and they-
cheaper. And
In Bulgaria,
sell
they sell it for a
Well,
higher
for the
price.
salary you get for a month, the food, the clothes, the bills are very, very expensive for that salary. And for example, when I start working and make my own money in Sofia, my mother is like, okay, I do more difficult work and I paid less than you. And I was like, okay, Sofia is the capital, you know, and I don't have so much bills than you. So these money were okay
For
for me,
example?
but
How much does the doctors get here for a month?
A lot.
How much?
I wouldn't be able to say a total. They probably make an average doctor 30 something an hour. So let's say a doctor works 5 days a week, usually off weekends.
For a month?
For a month, he probably would make, I wouldn't even know,
Just give me one.
6,000 maybe.
You know, my
Six
mom is a
thousand.
doctor back in Bulgaria, and for a month she gets like $400.
What? I make that in like a week.
yeah.
So it's that bad, the economy.
Damn. You guys,
That's
what kind of
why.
injuries do you guys have in Bulgaria?
What kind of what?
Injuries? Do you guys get stampled by a donkey or something?
we
This is how I
have donkeys.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
a lot more common than we do here. I haven't seen a donkey around. I have to go somewhere else to find a donkey.
Yeah, well, we said that it's a really, really, really old country. And there are really
that's why I
old
said
people.
donkeys,
There are
yeah.
a lot of old people. And there are some villages back in Bulgaria that don't have any
Nobody
population.
ever heard about them.
And they don't have any population. Like,
Yeah. They have
20
old
people.
people, like 20 old people, that's all.
yeah.
Do you find those towns a lot more fun to go to?
Yeah.
Like I see like a nice old town. Like Berlin's technically our old town, but it's become so popularized because it's known as America's coolest small town. I don't know how, but I grew up there. Okay, so every time I see everything, I remember the video store that used to be right there. I remember, days when I used to go with my friends at night and we used to skateboard in the streets, and our parents would not care where we were because they knew we'd be back.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to worry about us. We wouldn't have to be confined to a backyard. Nowadays, culture here and society has gotten so bad and so drastic with types of crimes and everything, it has completely changed. You can't let your kids out at night like that. You can't let your kids go out by themselves. Kids want to spend more time inside because parents are too afraid to let them go
Yeah.
outside. Is that like that in Bulgaria? Because I feel like in Bulgaria, you could travel from village to village, and next thing you know, like, hey mom, I'm going over to Gartruffa stand or whatever, and then you just ran off. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's scary. also scary.
Like you come here, nothing but cars everywhere, flashing lights,
that was really
too much
weird.
stuff. You guys are
Because-
crossing the street half the time, and I have to look crazy because you guys are literally like don't know the traffic here, and that's not your fault. But you guys don't know how it's to function. If I
Yeah,
went to
it is.
First
Japan,
day we can't cross the street because we were so confused about the
lights.
yeah. And I was like, come on, what's happening?
Like you guys don't have that many cars in Bulgaria, right?
Well, we have, but we drive the oldest
Yeah,
cars.
the old Volkswagen
Models.
type
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Bulgaria.
Volkswagens. But like you guys are dealing with like when I see it, I think of like a dusty town, like you know that type of style with a lot of farmland and a lot of like these old kind of buildings. But if it's nothing like that, then like that's good to know because my experience, like we only see what I only know from movies or some type of thing. I've never actually experienced Bulgaria. It's something I'm willing to do, and I think more Americans should be more willing to travel and go to these exotic places. A lot of times you ask them, like, do you
They
want
don't know where is Bulgaria.
I
They've
don't know.
never
They don't.
heard
Yeah.
next to
about
Hungary?
Bulgaria.
No.
They think that we are Romanians.
You don't know where Greece is?
You guys all look alike, and you all apparently hate each other.
We don't.
We don't hate them. We don't
Come
know
on.
them.
You guys
How-
don't, but some Bulgarians think of Romanians as gypsies.
Well, different people.
I don't know why they
Romanians
think
are
that
commonly
because
gypsies.
they're everywhere. We
Yeah.
have gypsies.
Yeah,
in,
Bulgaria has a
Bulgaria.
small amount of gypsies, but Romania
It's
is more
not
common
small
for
My friends.
compared to Romania.
Yeah,
It's more
it's more.
common, way more common. Romanians are seen as like the hippies compared to Bulgarians. Bulgarians are seen as the barbarians slash savages.
We're like Vikings.
Yeah,
Come
a
on,
little bit.
No.
No.
So like I can see the tension and drama between certain Bulgarians. It seems like it's more common with the guy Bulgarians. They seem like they're more testosteroned up, like ready to like get into throw fisticuffs first. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is America, bro.
Well,
Like,
that's why we said that we find the people here very polite because back in Bulgaria, you won't get like a complete stranger saying hi to you on the streets.
you get me saying hi, dude. In that weird creepy way.
And here, everyone, strangers, complete
Yeah.
strangers. You
I'm
just
on my
pass by
bike.
and someone says
I'm on
hi.
my bike
hello.
and I stop
How
so
are
the
you?
people can walk. They were like, "No, honey, come on." And I was like, "Oh my god."
You don't
Because
get
in
that
Bulgaria. No. They were like, "Oh,
Strangers
screw
was like-
it." It's like
They're actually
we are
rude.
very rude in Bulgaria because of our
How your
our
land is, first of all. You grew up in that environment. It's a little bit crappy compared to here. We don't have anything to complain about. I'm not saying Bulgaria is bad, but where you guys saying you guys have a poor economy, that creates a kind of not so good environment compared to some place like this that has a good economy.
Yeah.
We don't have the best, but we have an okay one where we have like we don't have to worry about drinking dirty water or things of this sort that are actually common problems in these types of foreign cultures. Like you ever been to India? There's diarrhea in the streets because they literally can't.
Yeah.
And it's sad to think. And people just got a bad roll of the dice. And some of the people like the Haitian people that are at our work, I want to podcast with them because they have a whole different experience than you guys have had. And they're more cultural than any of us. They know multiple languages. All of them do. They know Spanish, American, they know French, they know everything. They know Romanian, they know Bulgarian.
We have to learn more languages because
We all do.
it's cool.
I definitely do. I'm
I
trying my
want to
best
go
here.
to Italy and know how to speak with people. Not in
Yeah, my
English.
second language in school was actually Russian.
Mine
But
was
I
Dutch.
never really learned it.
Is this right? This is what you guys taught me. Kazuvam se Rabi.
Kazvam.
Kazvam se Rabi.
Yeah.
But that's it. My name's Robbie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then Kakstava.
Kakvostava.
Kakvostava means
It's like
what's
what's
up?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my favorite one, Micah T. de Eba.
You know that.
Yeah.
Pretty
I'm never
good.
gonna forget that one. That's probably my favorite on the list.
Yeah,
But you
it
can't walk
sounds
up to
like
somebody
really
and
good.
say that without them being like,
Like
"How
a
was
T. But you said it like right. You said it like with the
anger.
Yeah, that's why I said you guys are angry all the time. Now,
Yeah.
see, I met a couple Bulgarians at Fun City. It's that arcade on the boardwalk. And my aunt actually works there and manages there. She's been on my podcast. She's trying to get me some of the Bulgarian students and the Netherlands students that are there, like Nepalese students, on my podcast. And I walked up to them, and I was actually to have a little bit of a conversation of Bulgarian with them. I was like, Kazuvam se Rabi. And then she was like, oh, you speak Bulgarian? And I was like, yeah, I know a couple words and my favorite word. And then I told her my favorite word. And then, it went on from there. But she thought that was really cool that someone was taking the time to actually learn their language.
It is.
You find that interesting? You obviously thought it was strange.
Oh my god, the other day we just asked one girl because we thought that she were working at Starbucks, and we asked her, are they hiring and that kind of stuff. And she's like, where are you from, guys? And we're like, Bulgaria. She's like, my husband is from there. And she's like, говоря български малко. And I was like, come on.
That means I speak Bulgarski just a little.
Yeah, that was incredible, from that
You just gotta be careful what you say around here.
Yeah.
You can't go around saying stuff if someone knows what you're saying.
And we like when we meet a Bulgarian person, it's like we sense each other.
Yeah.
It's like you sense that person is Bulgarian.
And
Yesterday,
not Siberian or Serbian.
not Serbian,
No,
Bulgarian.
Bulgarian.
It's like
I know,
yesterday.
but Bulgarian and Serbians, like, you guys can tell each other apart. I can't do that. You guys all look kind of the same to me, so I'll be like, where are you from? They're like, Bosnia. I'm like, is that close to Bulgaria? No. I'm like, where is it on the map? Can you show me?
Yeah, it's like yesterday when we were looking for a second job, we went to this shop for clothes, like t-shirts and everything. And we asked that girl when we start talking to her in English, like asking, are they hiring and that stuff. And we didn't say even one word in Bulgarian to each other. And she was like, watching her, and she's like, здравейте, like, hi, no, hi,
Bulgarian,
in Bulgarian,
she
здравейте.
starts speaking
And I was like,
Bulgarian.
oh my god, how did you know that we are Bulgarians?
Yeah.
I was shocked.
You can sense when people are similar to you,
Yeah.
especially. That's why you guys hang out so much, because you guys have some similar characteristics, but yeah, you guys are different. I mean, just coming to America, like I said, I give you guys a lot of respect for it, too, because it's definitely a giant change from Bulgaria. And hopefully, so far, your impression here has been a good one.
I like it.
Hopefully, you guys are more willing to come back. The reason I think Alex learned so much of English back in the day is because she always wants to move out here. Is that true?
No.
No?
I'm more willing to do that.
She was like, I'm gonna marry an American and I'm gonna stay in America, and
But not
and I was like,
anymore.
no, I won't let you do that. No.
Why not anymore?
I don't want that anymore.
You don't like some of the people here? Like guys?
No, that's not the reason.
You like the food?
I
What's
don't
your-
like
don't.
the food.
She
You
doesn't
don't like the
like
food?
No.
Alright, what's your worst thing that you've tried here so far?
Everything is so oily and
Greasy, that.
Greasy.
It doesn't
it's like
have
so
the
much
taste,
fat.
We get fries and
Trashers, fries.
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh my
are
God.
crazy about those
Vinegar,
fries.
bro. You gotta put vinegar
But
on those
oh
things.
my god.
they're disgusting. They don't have the taste like potato,
And they're so greasy. They're so greasy.
You and your damn potatoes, Stella.
You have to try fries from Bulgaria. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
You want to know... Alright, what's your favorite American food?
You don't have traditional dishes. I don't know. What's your traditional dish?
Favorite...
Everywhere here is
your
like
favorite food that
burgers,
you've had here. Your favorite food you've had here.
and things like
You're getting aggressive about food.
Pizza.
I do. I don't know. What do you guys eat? Like, what is your traditional meal?
You mean, what do I have every day?
No, like
the
traditional
most
meal. I don't know. Like
I don't
something
know, we
you
don't have a
cook. Something you cook.
we don't have, like, a
not something you
traditional
buy,
meal.
like sandwiches and pizzas and.
A lot of people just buy pizzas and stuff. I mean, we don't have, like, traditional meal. Steak, maybe. I eat shrimp all the time. I eat nothing but fish. So, like, I mean, I eat fish and vegetables. I usually just eat by myself. So, I don't ever eat out. I don't ever spend money to eat food out. I don't like doing that. I haven't had fast food in years. You know?
And then everything is like, there's a lot of sweet stuff, like
Candies, candy
candies,
kitchen.
and like in the coffee shops, like Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, everything is like so much
You put
coffee
in
and then like
everything
that
sugar.
much of sugar and liquid sugar and then some glaze like
You put
What is it?
in
Caramel
everything
syrup and all that.
Yeah.
sugar. I
It's
can
like,
understand
oh.
that.
Well,
Like
this,
the salad at the hotel is so sweet.
yeah, it
yeah,
is.
it's covered in dressing. It's a
It's
big problem
sweet.
with obesity in America being that, because everything is so highly sugar and processed that like kids are just being doped up all day.
Yeah.
There's a reason you go to McDonald's. A mom feeds her kids McDonald's. The kid
I
usually
can understand
usually passes out a minute later. They do it because it's convenient. It's right on the way. Usually they're driving, and a lot of people around here have multiple jobs, so we don't have time to sit and cook a meal. So when you're on the go trying to get your kids from school and also trying to get like to your work and stuff, it's more easy to grab something from a drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, but not every single day.
Sometimes it's just like a mother that's struggling by herself, working 2 jobs, doesn't have time to cook, has 3 kids. That's what it comes down to. I understand it from that
our
angle.
mothers are struggling too,
But where
when
you
they
guys
came
come from,
home for
you guys
work,
come from a different
she
environment.
cook, she clean,
Yeah.
she do.
You guys are more
everything.
hardworking than us Americans. You guys understand that,
everybody
right?
says that.
You guys are. We're lazy in a lot of eyes. I'm lazy in a lot of ways. But what I do with my time is not to make money. It's to do productive things that benefit my own happiness. You got to find something you're happy in. You got to do something in your life that every step you want to take forward is going to be something that's going to better your life and not care what other people think. We all care what somebody thinks of us.
Yeah.
We all have those little quick thoughts. Do I have my hair look right? Does my shirt look right? Is my bra on right? Like those types of things. But when you really think about it in the end, is that going to matter what some dude for 5 seconds thinks of you on the side of the street? That's what my whole idea with makeup comes from. I don't think if a girl doesn't want to wear makeup, she shouldn't have to, because honestly, it's obviously I'm going to judge it, but I don't care, because I'm not, I try my best to look nice when I go out, but I'm like, in the end, like, I just want to be happy and content with my life. I would love to travel to Bulgaria where this thing is mobile.
You will love it.
Would I fit in there?
We have.
Would I fit in there? I feel like they would beat me up too much because I barely get along with some of the guys at the hotel.
We
We're
have
not
really
that-
beautiful nature. Oh my god.
Like Christo, like those Christos, they both like me. But me and Ilya didn't like each other at first.
Well,
Well,
the
people are
Bulgarians
different.
Are,
I mean-
are very, very different. Well, we are rude. We are nervous all the time.
We're not that accepting of
Yeah,
other
we're
people.
not that kind of. When I go see some stranger and I was like, "Hi, how are you doing? What are you going to do during the day?" That kind of stuff. We are not doing that. That's why I found it
that
creepy
outgoing.
when some guys on the street like, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "What the fuck?"
We're not that open to.
Yeah, we're not that open. We're like,
to people.
"Oh my God, that one is a serial killer." That
You're more confined just because
Yeah.
it's not like basically common in your
the
country to be open.
environment, it's
That's why. That's the.
yeah.
That's
She
the
made us that way.
Yeah.
first thing that was like a shock. Everybody's so nice. Everybody greets you on the streets.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Like
That's
complete strangers.
Yeah.
Strangers. It's actually really nice.
It's
Wow.
nice.
I like
yeah,
that.
But
I like that.
I don't know if I.
You just gotta be careful
gonna
who you
get
trust
used-
around here.
Yeah,
Of course, you always have to.
And
have
the most
Like, if you
strangest
guys called
thing-
me in the middle of the night saying you need a ride and you were scared or somewhere you were drunk somewhere and you needed a ride, I'd be 100% there for you. It goes with all my friends and anybody that I have respect for. You treat me with a little bit of ounce of respect, I'll have your back 100%. You can always count on Robbie. But if you anger me and you disrespect me in ways that I find disrespectful, all you gotta do is talk to me. Don't talk down to me. I tell Sean that too. Like, just talk to me. It's what works with me best. I'm very hard-headed. So, like, my mom says, "Good job, you did the dishes?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You couldn't put them away?" I'll lick every dish and put it back in the sink. I don't care. Don't disrespect me like that. It's not something wrong with me. It's just the fact, like, I like to be talked to like I'm an equal. Once I start feeling like I'm not an equal, I feel hurt. I feel like I'm mistreated and I get very defensive over it.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, if I went to Bulgaria, would they accept me there? Like, if you brought me to your home, would your parents accept me there?
Our
course.
parents
Just based
will.
on my personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our parents will.
Like, would they like me at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I got a
will.
fun personality
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. They'll like you.
until I blow up the toilet. Like
They
5
won't
minutes later.
understand you because they don't know English that well. But
Yeah.
That's when you teach me Bulgarian, and I can just say Micah T. Deva.
Oh no.
My mom and I watch Game of Thrones.
Oh my god!
And-
I've never seen an episode.
There you go.
I've never watched it. I've never watched
Oh my
it.
god, dude! High five.
We're part of that small
Yes,
population.
I haven't
Nope.
seen that.
Not
I
even a
haven't seen a
second of it.
single
Not
episode.
a single second of it. I don't care. My mom watches it. I saw her cry.
I like your mom.
She was crying after whatever happened and whatever happened
like
recently.
your
I don't
mom.
care. Nope, sorry. I'm not getting involved in that. Anything
Yeah,
you start
me
crying
too.
over, nope.
I'm
nope,
the
not
same.
happening. I like Alex.
My
You and her
mom
got
was
good
like,
sides.
okay, teach me English. I will teach English. Okay. And I was
Winter is coming.
I was like, okay. And she was like, they said something, I don't know. And she was like, instead of immediately, she was like, immediately. And I was like, what?
Immediately.
Immediately. And I was like,
That's where you can make fun of your parents in English and they don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
No,
Say that
actually,
again.
my mom knows a little from
My mom
movies,
too.
like subtitles and all. She knows a lot actually. For
Yeah.
her.
You say soup titles?
Yeah.
Or soap titles? Like soap operas? Like TV shows? Or soup?
Like,
Subtitles, like
Subtitles.
Like cans of soup?
no, subtitles. Like,
Oh,
movie.
subtitles!
subtitles.
I thought you said soup titles.
No,
I'm
no.
like, she's reading a can of
No.
Cambolos and
Subtitles.
it's ravioli. Like that's not an American phrase, Mom. You don't say ravioli.
You see, we have a problem of pronouncing some words.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do pretty well. If I can understand you, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So she knows a lot.
I wish the world had subtitles, so I just know what everybody's saying all the time.
Yeah. That would be great.
It's like someone's making fun of you in another language about having toilet paper on your shoe, and you can read it, be like, "Oh, I have toilet paper."
Yeah.
When my aunt knows that we're going to America, she's English teacher in England, and she was like, "You do great with your English. You do great. They don't know English. They're like." They don't pronounce it correctly. They can't put
Your mother's
one sentence.
your aunt's from England.
No, she's Bulgarian, but she lives there
In England.
Yeah.
Does she have an accent?
No. She can make it, but
Hello, it's a bit of a whiffle, isn't it?
can I have a glass of
Water.
water?
What?
Would you like a glass of water?
And she was like, here in New York for 3 weeks. I don't know. She was like, oh my god, they can talk. I can't understand them.
Yeah, my mom corrects me all the time. If I say that, sometimes
You know, you
I'll
have
not say
like
it right.
pretty bad grammar. Like
Me?
no, not
No,
you, Americans.
Oh yeah.
You know, our landlords when we
I used to study
when
a
we text
dictionary.
each other, I find mistakes in his writing.
Wait, when you guys text each other?
Yeah.
Does he not have autocorrect on his phone?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just
I realize
I find that
how
really
many
weird.
times I text with cuss words because my phone always autocorrects it to a bad word. I'm like, hang on, it's not what I meant. I actually meant dish, not something else.
yeah, and you have like these short words for everything.
Yeah, I
like,
can understand them.
yeah.
Oh, like little nicknames type things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what, for example?
I can't think of one right now, but yeah.
Like fire hydrant would be hydrant.
What?
Yeah, fire hydrant, the little red thing or yellow thing
Uh huh.
where water comes out.
Yeah.
We call that hydrant.
Yeah.
So you just
yeah,
take out
things
fire.
like that.
Yeah, it's like a slight part of Ebonics.
Yeah.
It's like slang. Like YOLO. You
And
only
it's
live
really-
once.
It's actually really different from what we've studied in school.
I
So
have
it's
a
hard for you
question.
guys.
We
What's up?
we
What?
study.
What are you studying in school? What
Psychology.
kind of subjects?
Psychology. But
Uh,
my topic.
In high school, what
Oh,
kind of subjects?
Math, English, history,
Yeah, it's the same.
art.
Geography,
Yeah, geography. That's history.
Biology.
Biology. Yeah.
chemistry.
So
Physics.
in history, you study only your history or on the other?
We study other
courses?
histories, but we focus mainly on ours.
What kind of other history do you study?
Um, we learned some stuff like about like the war and stuff in your guys' side a little bit, but nothing about like the Russians.
Something from Europe.
Is Bulgaria
history.
close to Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
You ever heard
Bulgaria,
of night witches?
Romania, Moldova, Ukraine, and Russia.
You ever heard of night witches? The Russian special force in World War II? That was an elite team of women, Russian fighter pilots, that were just normal women that flew in crop dusting airplanes.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Nobody's heard of that here, and I go and tell them there's no way. There was a Russian team of women that flew in airplanes that were not meant to fly in war purposes. They were meant to dust the fields, the crops. Mm-hmm. They carried bombs and bombed the Nazis, and they flew at the dead of midnight in Russia in an open plane in the freezing cold winter.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. How do we not know about that in our history? And that's because it's not part of American history, and that's why we do not know about it. We know world history, like some of the stuff that happens in world history, but...
My aunt told me that, that it has World War II, but nothing else. Nothing more. Main events that happen, but not the details.
Yeah.
We study every single detail. Like, we studied the history of China.
Yeah.
For what? Like in China, they study our history. They don't know Bulgaria.
You guys
They
are
don't
more
know.
cultured than we are. We're just not open to other societies or other cultures and countries in a way. We're very closed off, and I don't like that. I think we definitely need to be more open, and I'm glad that when you guys come here, that gives us a chance to be open. It lets us see your culture and then wonder if we want to go down there and experience it ourselves. I don't feel like eating potatoes all the freaking time, but, it's something that you have to experience, I think, you know? I mean...
You will like it in Bulgaria. The nature is...
something interesting?
What?
In Bulgarian history. It's nice. It will be interesting for you. It's like just tragic for us. We were like in slavery to
Turkish
Osman.
slavery.
No, Osman Empire. Osman.
The Ottoman Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in their slavery for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
How many years? 700?
700
Yeah.
years?
700 years. We were in.
Seven-
Are you sure it wasn't around 500 something?
7 veko.
Yeah. 7 centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7
We're
centuries?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in their slavery. Yeah.
And
And then we
have-
like Russians a lot because they actually,
Helped us.
Russia helped us
Yeah.
get out of that slavery.
And we have like that day. It calls Petrov Den. It's like when the Turkish comes to get little boys to make them in their army. One woman, she had 2 boys and she hid the little one because she wants to keep it, not to be.
And gave the old one to the.
Yeah,
Osman
and then
Empire.
when they как е промиване на мозък? What's your brain?
Washed brain? Washed.
Well, when the other
Brainwashed.
Brainwashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they brainwashed him, he comes and kill his brother and his mother. And
That
it's-
slavery was like pretty
Yeah.
cruel.
yeah.
Like they were invading.
Yeah.
Invading the villages, killing all the.
yeah. We have one
men,
church.
children. Just it was.
We have one church that inside they were like 2,000 people and they burn it with the people alive there. And if you go,
That's common here in our
if you
history
go,
too. We have that.
if you go nowadays to see that church, you can still see the scars on it.
Scratches.
Yeah, and the blood and everything.
Pretty scary stuff.
Yeah.
See where history is like a problem, especially in our past, like just dealing with these types of mistakes we've made. I'm glad that like you guys being able to come here and us being a little bit more open. First of all, you saying that we're nice. A lot of the people here are nice. Like it's starting to clear my mind a little bit about our society preferences a little bit and how history is. Like we're hopefully going to become more open and actually create a better history for future generations because we don't want to leave a type of remembrance in history as being savages or any type of this sort. And my brain has already changed on some of Bulgarians because of you guys. Like, you guys have opened up a whole new side where I think of you guys as nice and different from my first impression of you, because first impressions are everything.
Yeah.
If you would have came to America, someone
They're
would
actually
have...
really, really different. First impressions are like...
They're the paving stones for everything. But like, if you would have came to America, you know, everything that could have went wrong with planning and getting your house and everything goes wrong. You know, you get mugged, you get something like that terrible that could happen. You would not want to come back here. You'd have a terrible time. But since your impressions have been good so far, let's hope it sticks with that for the rest of the summer. So you guys will eventually come back and visit me in a year. I love seeing it when you guys come back, because I'm like, yo, what is up?
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I would really like to come back after this summer.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I would love to.
We don't know if
We've got
they will
visas
give us
now, but...
visas.
Save up or keep talking to me on Facebook.
Yeah, of course.
Of course we will.
We got a
We'll
group.
keep in touch.
We gotta rename the group something.
That's how we come.
Yeah.
That's why we come here. Make
To
friends.
Make friends. Facebook friends. Get those likes up so everyone can see your weird pictures. Your supermodel photos. Well, I appreciate you guys coming down and first of all being on my podcast. Hopefully it was a fun experience. Like I said, I didn't want you to think it was like an interview, but it's like we're just talking, because everything I've wanted to ask you is just what I want to ask you. I just want to know. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to come down here, and hopefully we'll get you on before summer ends, before you guys go back home, because I really want to get your experience on everything you've accomplished this summer and the feeling of going back home.
We'll definitely come.
I like that you're so curious about Bulgaria
because
and our history.
in here, like I said, they don't know where is Bulgaria.
And they don't ask.
They don't,
I still
they don't care.
They don't care. They don't ask.
It's like, where are you from? And we're like, Bulgaria. Oh, so you're Russians. Okay. And I was like, no.
No, there's a difference. Well, I really appreciate that, and hopefully I didn't come off as weird when we first met, but I know I've been called weird a couple of times. Everyone's like, it's in a good way.
Everything was weird.
You just gotta. Hey, I'm like I'm like a fart in a room. You just gotta let me sit.
I was like when we first came, and we saw you. I was like, is he a student too? But then you started talking. I was like, he's got pretty good English. He doesn't look like a J1 student.
Do I look like a J1 student if I didn't talk?
Yeah.
Like who?
We look like a Russian guy.
Russian.
I don't know why.
Yeah, a little.
I can speak that language, Russian, Romanian at least.
No, you can't. Nothing close.
Un darahide hu gelo ananas. Peanut butter and jelly and pineapples. It's the one expression I wanted to learn.
We haven't had that. Like
peanut butter and jelly?
On a toast.
You gotta get peanut butter and jelly, yo.
Oh
what are you doing with your life?
We don't
Put
know.
some bananas on that sucker.
I've heard that this is awesome.
Waffles are good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an American classic.
Pancakes. We love American pancakes.
I have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to make.
You gotta experience tacos.
I've had.
That's a Mexican thing.
I've never had tacos actually.
Well, all the
I've had a
housekeepers
burrito.
at work that are there during the winter, that's all they eat is tacos. So you can enjoy one of those.
I've tasted it and I don't really like it.
Because you're used to eating potatoes.
No.
Got all that starch in those potatoes. Why don't you just eat like a brick? That's what potatoes are. You're eating dirt.
Come on.
Well, like I said, thanks for coming on to the podcast. And it was good having you on. Hopefully get you on again soon. So.
Yes, it was really